Today, I want to talk about a very important subject, and that is using the internet and video to fight problems of society, of housing, whatever problem you have. The internet has proved to be you might say, a place where all kinds of solutions are proposed. People are fighting, disagreeing about solutions to our daily problems on this planet, in this nation, in our cities, towns. And I, for one, value highly the input I could get from friends I have known for years who qualify as friends from all over, from in our country, across the land, in different states, in England, India, wherever. Developing an exchange, and an exchange that is a respectable effort to get at the problem. Well, I, for example, am a poor woman who had to get a divorce with children. And I even took the children in the last marriage and committed myself to take care of them completely, so the father did not have custody, which he agreed. He agreed to do. In our world of divorce, he threatened to cause me to miscarry. And that was enough. I said, leave. You don't have to cause me to abort this child. I will take this child and raise him myself. I don't even want you involved, because I don't want a father who is no more committed than that. So I said, go. And believe me, when a woman takes on the job, and has got health issues too, of being responsible for the children, working as long as she can, it's a big problem in our country. The poor are who are having it very rough, naturally, because they don't have enough money. The money doesn't stretch. And today I want to stay on this subject of where I ended up after I became disabled at 54, collapsed at work. So returning to that job was not an option. I could no longer do that kind of work. It was factory work in a cosmetic factory. And it was, I thought, easy work, but 8 hours of it was too much for my. So anyway, I had to apply for disability, and I had been subject for years, since I was 12 years old, because of working too hard as a child and being stressed also along with it, because my father was an alcoholic and caused a lot of stress in the family. I started with chronic fatigue at 12 years old, which became a part of my health problem. So, anyway, I ended up in subsidized housing, which is government subsidized. And as you might expect, as all you might call ghettos or where the poor live are subject to criminal behaviors. People move in there that have no respect for anybody, try to run things, try to dominate. They are just, I would call them citizens moving into subsidized housing that have to be fought if you're going to keep subsidized housing tolerable. You have to fight whatever comes along that violates the whole idea that subsidized housing can help, not hurt. There's always tendencies once you become declared disabled, never to lift up a finger again. Well, that's wrong. As relatively young people may become disabled. And then what? They're getting the message to work. I've got to get out of working, so I won't get any jobs because I'll be penalized. I will have to report it. And you know, there's just all kinds of problems involved in helping people. And that's what's been complained about for eons about welfare. Well, if these people just get on welfare and they don't get off. This is why Bill Clinton, when he was president, made a big fuss about welfare recipients need to work. And Donald Trump is making those same noises because he's a bit a millionaire. He can't probably can't really grasp what happens here. But a lot of times it's the people who are living, as I have lived in subsidized housing now. I'm 80, I'll be 87 this summer. I have lived 13 years in one for women and children, those two kids by that husband that wanted to, what? Hit me in the stomach, he said, and abort the kids. I said, oh, so you want to kill me and the kids and the kid too? He said, oh no, it won't hurt you. Oh. I just somehow did not want to be hit in the stomach. So to cause an abortion. So 13 years in that complex, which was in the most violent neighborhood, people, listen, violent neighborhood I have ever lived in or ever hope and pray that I won't ever live in again. That violent. Guns, guns, guns. When you got guns and people fight, somebody's apt to get shot. And I saw people shot right in front of my eyes. I knew of people who got shot. And I was afraid of getting shot because when the shooting started, I'd go in the hallway and call the police. Call the police. Well, most people don't live in neighborhoods like that, so maybe they don't know and can't figure out how to improve them. So I became a reporter, more or less, a reporter on site, as I would write protest letters to everybody, mostly to the newspapers that I felt needed to do more covering of crime that affected the poor. And so What do we have now? We have a poor people's crisis, not enough housing. Because people, builders, everybody have just been ignoring. I don't even think they read any vital statistics that many, many people in America, families, many more people than used to be, are homeless. Homeless. And they're not building housing for the poor. No. They're just ignoring them. I think the idea is that maybe they'll just die off and we won't have to. Oh, but the poor, they're like cockroaches. They just stick to life and you can't kill them with anything. They'll go live in a tent right in the middle of you, defecate right in front of you, but they won't die that easy. They get tough. As I know people personally who have lived at bus stops. The bench, that is their home for weeks. So naturally, I have been hunting ways to help these people. These people need help. People in subsidized housing need help. And people who can't even have a hope of getting in subsidized housing are going to have jobs that they can earn enough money to pay for low-income housing, or there's going to be more and more of them in tents right here, downtown Phoenix. The broadcast building where they're teaching journalism students to become, and media students to become broadcasters. There's a homeless guy with all his belongings. His home is around the light post. One of the posts sticking up, that's his home now. And all the students and professors have to go by him a few feet from their expensive building. But you still be surprised how determined people are not to face the problems of the poor. Oh, if we don't see them, I don't see them. So that's why they're camped out right in front of the building with their bags, I know a nice lady who's been camped out for months on a bench in University Park. I thought, can't get a job. Wow. And she looks like a very nice lady. What's going on in America? And we worried about climate change. Oh yeah, there's that to worry about too. Don't think that isn't a big concern. But what I'm worried about are the poor, because they're my people. I've been poor for a long time. Poor. I was poor when my dad was poor, drinking up all the money. And when he finally got rich and died, he felt guilty. He left me $100,000. And I said, yay, Dad, because he knew I'd been a very hard-working daughter. But how long was it going to last? I made it last for years. I had operations on it. I bought a new car, the cheapest one I could get, Volkswagen, with it. I ate, and me and my kids, I I knew how to squeeze a dollar until it just, because I was raised doing it. Before my dad ever even got money, and he was tight as he could be when he did get money. You had a heck of a time getting any money out of him, unless he thought it was absolutely necessary, because he was poor a long time. And he was still a lot better off than the really poor in that town, who might have something wrong with them, they couldn't work as much, so on. But anyway, this is a subject I want you to give thought to, put it on your list of top priorities. People, poor people, homeless people are going to end, they are going to find you and park their little pitiful belongings right in front of you, as near as they can, so you'll smell them when they go by. You can't ignore the poor. Their only hope is to find you and make you aware that the earth already is very inhospitable to them. Well, I'm sure there's a lot of people who couldn't care less. And, you know, we're an age where we abort children, our own, who are inconvenient, and call it progress. Progress. Oh boy. We are a misguided people, is all I can say.